Hey guys, today we're gonna talk a little bit about Psychubes. I got many requests and questions about what Psychubes should new players invest in, and yeah, let's talk about it. So first of all, of course, the rule of thumb that is kind of self-explanatory is that a character should, in 99% of the cases, use their signature Psychube. Whenever a character releases, this signature Psychube releases together with the character. It is often found in events like anecdotes, or for example for Ezio right here. He gets his signature Psychube in the shop that is bound to the story event that we get in this version. It's right here, as you can see, and it is specifically designed to be good for Ezio. That's why we call it his signature Psychube, and most characters have a signature Psychube. So whatever character you play, this is, in, as I said, 99% of the cases, always the one that you aim for. Because you can see here, when attacking, if the carrier is an assassination character, for every 100 points of critical technique, the carrier has more than the target, gains final damage dealt by plus a certain amount. You know, the point is that you can see why this is a signature Psychube. Ezio is currently the only assassination character in the game. He is the only character that synergizes around critical technique. And yeah, therefore, this is gonna be the best in slot Psychube for Ezio, right? That is, I guess, pretty self-explanatory. But of course, there is more to talk about when it comes to these Psychubes. So let's go over some Psychubes right here that are good in general and not all too specific. You know, like we could go, for example, for an Psychube here that is a signature Psychube for the character Kipparina, and it says that when the carrier casts a buff incantation, you gain attack if the carrier is of the Star of Ladies, and you need to consume Eureka to use this Psychube to full effect. And yeah, not a lot of characters in this game will make use of this, so that's why we're gonna talk about Psychubes right now that are just good in general and fit on most characters in this game. And those Psychubes that we're gonna talk about right here, those are the ones that you should invest in, especially if you are a new player. But in general, everyone should have these Psychubes at their disposal. And the first one I want to mention is this one right here, Brave New World. Because what it does is it gives you a flat ultimate might, and after the carrier casts an ultimate, the next incantation that he will use deals 20% more damage. That is perfect for like main DPSs, sometimes even sub DPSs, characters that unlock their ultimate really quickly because they use a lot of incantations and therefore make the best use of this Psychube and use their ultimate really often. That's about it. That is like pretty much good for every character that you either use a lot while you are in a fight, or like DPS characters in general, right? Then we have another Psychube that is very often played, and this one is called Blasphemer of the Night. It gives you, first of all, incantation might plus a certain amount, and when the carrier attacks, if the target has 2 or more debuffs on them, then you deal 12% more damage to them. This is a little bit more specific because now you have to make sure that you play a team that actually applies at least some debuffs, you know, like poison or the character 6, you know, you get it. In a team where you apply debuffs, this is always a really good option to play on a character in your team that deals damage. Another very top tier Psychube that is a little bit specific, but when a character can make use of it, then it's really effective, and it's called Her Second Life. It gives you flat attack, and after the carrier casts a mass ultimate, then you heal all allies actually. So on every character pretty much that uses a mass ultimate, this Psychube is a pretty good choice. It is mainly recommended, obviously, to healer characters that use mass ultimates. That would be the most effective way to actually use this healer, like for example Sotheby is pretty good to mention here. Then we can move down the list and we will see two actually Psychubes that I would say are amongst the best Psychubes in the entire game. Same with Brave New World, by the way. So Brave New World, definitely invest into this one. And you should also invest into Hopscotch, because what Hopscotch does is it gives you flat damage in form of incantation might, and for each enemy target defeated by the carrier, you increase your ultimate might. So again, for damage dealers this is perfect. You gain flat damage because every single incantation that you will ever use will deal increased damage, and every time you kill an enemy target, which you should do with damage dealers, you are bound to do it anyways, then you will increase your ultimate might, and this can stack up to 4 times. One of the best Psychubes in the game. In the same ballpark is the Psychube called Dead Inquisitive Deer. This is usually for like pretty much every single healer in the game, the go-to, your default. If you don't know what Psychube to use on your healer, play Dead Inquisitive Deer. It gives you healing done, and yeah, there is a little bit of a requirement here because you have to have a debuff incantation on your healer. Every healer in this game that has a debuff incantation, which a lot of them do, uses Dead Inquisitive Deer as their best in slot Psychube, unless in very rare occasions there are healers out there that have signature Psychubes specifically designed to them that are a little bit better than this one here, Dead Inquisitive Deer. But this is a very good Psychube. Everyone should have this at their disposal, and you can always default to use this. What it does is, whenever the carrier casts a basic incantation debuff, then you heal the ally with the lowest HP percentage on your team. You can of course only do this one round, otherwise this would be completely busted. But it is still one of the best Psychubes in the game, and as I said a couple of times by now, this is the go-to for pretty much every single healer in the game. When it comes to this shop here, I wanna make like an honorable mention here for a Psychube that is on the cheaper side of things, and this one is called the Footloose. Again, it gives you ultimate might. You can see the pattern here already. Lots of Psychubes that excel around giving you ultimate might and incantation might. Those increase the damage from you by the most amount, and therefore they're also the best. And this one, when the carrier casts an attack, if the carrier attacks, then if the target is above 50% HP, you deal 8% more damage. Right? Nothing groundbreaking, but for the Psychubes that are on the cheaper side of things here, this is like one of the best, if not even the best Psychube to go for. But of course there are a few more Psychubes that I also want to show you. This one right here, Luxurious Leisure, is also one of the best Psychubes in the entire game, one of the most frequently used ones. It gives you guessed it, ultimate might flat, and if the carrier casts a single target ultimate, damage dealt increases by 5, and this effect is stackable up to 3 times. A lot of good, very very good characters in this game, pretty much every character in this game that has a single target ultimate that deals damage, this Psychube is the default to go to. And we have another one right here that I want to show you, Long Night Talk. Gives you incantation might, and when a carrier has 2 or more positive status, if you carry 2 or more buffs, then you deal 8% more damage. And when you use a buff yourself, then you gain plus 2% attack, and it stacks up to 2 times. The point here with this one is it gives you a pretty high amount of damage, like really fast. But the requirement is that you have 2 buffs on yourself. That is a requirement that is not too outrageous and pretty easy to achieve. So this one is really fast, and right out of the gate gives you a good damage boost. Let's see, do we have one more? Oh yeah, this is also a very good honorable mention, because if you're a healer, if you play a healer in your team that doesn't have a debuff incantation, then this one right here, Melodies Old and New, is pretty solid. You can never go wrong with this on any healer, but you favor that Inquisitive Deer if your healer has a debuff incantation. But if not, then this one here is pretty good. It gives you HP, okay, and when entering battle, your healing done is plus 12%. And if you level this Psychube up and engrave it, of course this number will increase a little bit. And at the start of the round, all allies gain damage dealt plus a certain percent, and this can stack up to 3 times. See, nothing that has to be done here. You just slap this on a healer and you have guaranteed value immediately right after you join the battle, right? Very good. Recommended for healers that don't have a signature Psychube and don't use a debuff incantation. If these two scenarios are fulfilled for the healer that you use in your team, boom, Melodies Old and New is very solid. Now we step into a little bit of weaker territory, but I still want to show you some Psychubes that are specifically catered towards monotype teams. Maybe that's your thing. This one right here. If you only play plant afflatus characters in your team, like the new rank up team for example, Marcus, Hisabeth and Via, they mainly use only plant type characters, and in this case you would increase the damage dealt from your entire team by quite a heavy amount, so definitely recommended there. This one is also available for the star afflatus characters. The more star characters you play in your team, the more you will increase your entire team's damage. So if you play monotype teams, if that's a thing, then yeah, these Psychubes are definitely recommended, so seek them out. The one for plant is called Your Friendly Exorcist, features Anna Lee on the picture here. This regular one is called Belted Out, and this one is for star afflatus characters. A quick mention of my personal database that I created together with a good friend of mine. Here you will get access to this, by the way, if you join the Discord, and the link to the Discord is in the video description, so join the Discord. There you will find a channel called Database. There will be a link that links you to this database right here. That is the best database for Reverse1999 out there in existence. So here you can go and scroll down to Character Guide, and here you will see a list of every single character in this game, and you click on whatever character you desire to find out, for example, what the best in slot Psychube for this character would be. Not only do we feature the best in slot Psychube, no, we provide you with everything for like the best teammates for the character. You see the best in slot Psychube under Psychubes on the left hand side. Then, in case you cannot gain access to this signature Psychube for a character, we made sure to include the second best Psychube for that character as well in this database right here. And we made sure that every single character, there is at least one Psychube featured here in this picture that is available for you to purchase in the shop right now. So there you go. Here you can find everything, right? Best teammates, best in slot Psychubes, the Resonant, including a code. You see a gameplay guide that links you to my YouTube channel where I explain everything in deep detail. You can see the Blood Ember, the archetype, you can see the sub-DPs, you can see the recommended portrait, right? You have everything here that you need. That's the point. So if you ever wonder, hey, I play this character, what Psychube should I use on that character, you can go to this database and you will easily find the character that you are looking for and everything that you need. Additionally, you can feel free to ping me on my Discord server 24/7 and I will answer you to the best of my ability. I respond mostly immediately, and if not immediately, then I'm either asleep, or I don't pay too much attention because I'm live streaming. Then you could additionally also come to my live stream and ask me there. But yeah, enough about this database, let's keep going. And here they are, all the must-have Psychubes that are not signature ones. In the top row you have the must-have ones: the Brave New World, Luxurious Leisure, Hopscotch, and That Inquisitive Deer. Then Her Second Life, Long Night Talk, and Blasphema of the Night are a little bit more heavy when it comes to the requirements that you have to fulfill in order to make the best uses of them. But if you can, then those are absolutely top tier ones. And it gets very specific with Bell It Out and Your Friendly Exorcist. But keep that in mind in case you at some point want to play a Monotype team. And there you go. That's it about the video, guys. I hope that was fun and informative. If you like Reverse1999 content in general, please consider leaving a follow on my channel. I would really appreciate that. But until next time, don't forget to join the Discord server. Take care of yourselves, have a great day, and we love this game.